folks, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
We're getting used to a new camera lady right now.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you know, we're always we're men, so it takes a while.
Yeah, that's sort of slow thinking. Today we're going to talk about 3 sleeping positions you must avoid with neck pain. Plus, we're going to show you some products to help you with neck pain. So
Right.
We're going to do both.
Yeah, and we're going to show you some ways you don't need products, so it works all directions.
Yep.
What? Go ahead,
If
Bob.
you are new to our channel,
there
please
you
take
go.
a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on stay healthy, fit, pain-free. We upload every day. Also go over to the Facebooks and like us because Brad and I, as children, it's a sad, sad tale. We're not liked, but we're turning things around.
Why, Bob?
I just got contacted by an old roommate from college.
Did he like you?
Yeah, he liked me.
Good.
Apparently he still likes me. So, all right, so the first thing, Brad, the first position you want to avoid is laying on your back with too many pillows. And this is very common. I see a lot of people, especially when they got bad posture. And because what's going to happen, you're going to be like this, and look what my neck is doing.
It's flexed or bent forward.
Yep, all night long, especially if you sleep on your back. And what you want to do is you're trying to line up your ears with your shoulders. So your neck is trying to be back like this. So when you're laying on your back, you want a thin pillow.
Right.
Basically.
Yeah, I've had people, and I just said, just go down from 2 pillows to 1 pillow. Problem solved. One of those easy fixes.
Well, and sometimes it may take a while, especially if you're kind of already inherently tight.
Right, that's true.
You might have to work your way down from a 2 pillows to a thicker 1 pillow, and then down to the thin pillow.
Right.
But a lot of people, some people put all 3 pillows in there. I mean,
Yeah, well, people that like to watch TV
Yep.
or read books, and they're trying to get their head up so they can see what they're looking at.
so they're like this, or they got their phone in the bed, which, by the way, don't recommend because of the light. You know, it keeps you awake. The
Sure.
blue light or whatever. Or is it the white light? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, they watch TV or they're reading a book, and this is just a bad position for the neck to be in for a prolonged period of time. So conversely now, though, when you're on your side, now you've got kind of a bigger gap you have to fill in here.
Right.
And so we don't want your head like this, and we don't want it like this. We want it right in the middle to be the most comfortable. So if I got one thin pillow here, and especially if you have any wide shoulders at all.
Yeah, if you're one of those big,
even if
muscular
you're not,
he-men.
because I'm not, and look at me, my head is tilted, to the side all night long, and that's just not comfortable. So you either double up your pillow, which some people do, right?
Sure.
Or they go like this. Some people put their hand underneath here. I'd prefer not to have that because you're kind of putting pressure on the nerves when you're doing that.
Right, the wrist thing, there's some carpal tunnel issues that could arise.
So ideally you want to find the 2 pillows that are about the right thickness to put your head in the middle.
Sure. Or you just, I just take my wife's pillow and then she wakes up and wonders where it is. But it all works out in the long run. Or you could just, if you have 1 pillow and you don't want to have 2 of your side and back sleeper, just fold it up like that.
There we go.
There. And the other thing, Bob, we've been talking about mattresses in the last few weeks. If you've got a firm mattress, you might need more pillow. If you got a soft mattress, your shoulder sinks in, and that may have a variance on the pillow thickness.
Sure. The final position that you really want to avoid with neck pain is going to be laying on your stomach.
Sure.
And the reason being is that when you're on your stomach, there's no way you can get around having your neck turn all the way one direction or the other direction. And if you know anything about the body or joints, the joints don't like to be at end range for prolonged periods of time.
Right.
So like even if you take your arm and go like this for a prolonged period of time, it's going to start to hurt after a while.
Sure.
So it doesn't want to be all the way over. Now, it's fine if you lay on your back for 15 minutes or something like that, which I do
stomach?
sometimes. On stomach, yeah,
Right.
I'm sorry. But don't be sleeping that way all night long. High incidence of headaches seems to be occurring with people who sleep on their stomach all the time, especially those cervical headaches.
Sure.
So there's no studies that show that, but we just, I was in a classroom once and we asked people who sleep on their stomach how many of them had headaches. All of them did.
Sure.
So,
and I know we get comments that people say they've been sleeping on their stomach, and there are people who they probably got a really flexible neck or however, but you're talking about general, across the general population.
I suppose you could get one of those massage donut things and you could sleep like that all night long, right?
I was just imagining someone sticking their face in the
There's somebody I'd like to put their face
You know,
on the pillow.
you can get one of those, breathing things for scuba diving.
There we go.
You can breathe all night long. Be kind of fun.
All right, so now that you've sent off that tangent, let's talk about some things that might help you, Brad.
Okay.
First off, if you're going to do the reading in bed or the watching TV in bed, you might want to get one of these bed wedges. Is that what they're called, Brad? I always mix these up.
Yeah.
The other ones are called leg wedge, right?
Yeah, leg wedge. This is just a wedge, and you can Google it. And
Yeah, they're not that much, but look at, I'm still in good posture. And, you can put a thin pillow here, and I can still see the TV. I could read a book.
yep.
It's just, it's a nice little, yeah.
Yeah. Now, this is one of those, my sister's a respiratory therapist, and she talks about this with people with some
Breathing
respiratory problems, right? And this is nice because if you want to get like a hospital bed, or now they make all kinds of beds that, adjust, but they're very expensive.
Right.
You're talking hundreds, or, my mom just bought one for like $1,500. But,
Sure.
what is this, $20, $30, and
Right.
you have something.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good
Especially if it's
alternative.
temporary.
And then you can find out if it works. If
Precisely,
it's
yeah.
gonna do the job that you need. The other thing is, we'll grab one of those pillows, Brad, and we'll take sometimes what helps people if they're having neck pain is to get a little bit of support. You have that gap in here, this gap in the cervical spine when you're laying down. And sometimes it helps to fill in that gap with a rolled towel.
Yep.
So all you need to do is take a towel. We have actually taped this one up, but you don't need to do that. You could pin it up, I guess, or just
Rubber
roll
bands
it.
work good.
Oh, there we go.
Just so it doesn't unravel, and then you don't have what you're looking for.
So now, when I'm laying on my back, it's going to fill in that gap really quite nicely. And you can experiment around how big the towel needs to be,
Right.
Or how big the roll needs to be. But it also supports me when I lay on my side.
Move your hand, Bob. The
Sure.
people can't see that. There. Yeah, so normally you don't just stick it anywhere, but you put it right on the
On the
inside edge.
Yeah, the end of the pillow.
And the pillowcase holds it there.
Yeah. So now I could go like this, and I could even put another pillow here
Sure.
and still get some support here. But this isn't too bad because this is a fairly thick pillow.
Sure.
So
If that works, but it feels like it's helping, but it's a little uncomfortable, then you might want to invest in, you can buy a cervical, they call it a cervical roll.
this is a McKenzie cervical roll. We always list these products in our Amazon preferred
Right.
down below just for your convenience to be able to find them.
Right, so if you order something, you're getting something that's going to work well, because these I've been working with these for 20 years,
Yeah,
and
they've
they're
been making this for
solid.
a long time. So, all right. There's actually pillows too you can buy. This is the Nursel pillow. We got this one listed below. The thing I'm going to warn you about these are highly individual. I mean, there's some people that my daughter's a good example. She really likes these pillows. The first one she bought was this one. This is the first one she bought. But
Yeah,
she didn't like it.
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah, she bought this one and it didn't work. She was having some jaw difficulties, and she bought the second one and it worked great. So,
And it was because of just slightly different.
slightly different
Foam or-
in the density of the foam, and also slightly different on the dimensions here.
Sure,
So I don't know how to get around that except. You try them, and if maybe if a friend has one, you can try it and see how it works.
Like, look at, here's another, a similar pillow, and you can
Yeah.
just see the difference in the shape where this one is made the shape around and get into your shoulders and around your neck properly, or so it fits you. So
Yeah,
again,
some
individual.
people really like them, and some people, nah, didn't really make much difference to me. So but it is an option. Another thing you can try actually is do we get the pillowcase, Brad? Oh, it's on the floor, of course. You can. This has worked with some of my patients. You take a pillowcase and you're going to fold it into threes,
Yep.
like this, and you can actually.
Threes.
Well, 3 parts.
Thirds.
Thirds. Okay. Hit the threes. I know what I'm saying.
Now, this is one of those home remedy things that costs you absolutely nothing, and
You can give it a try.
You can really have some nice results. And if it doesn't work, you're absolutely out nothing. But we've had patients have a good results.
It just, if you're having some neck pain, to help calm things down, it's going to give some support overnight. Be careful if you pin it so you don't get pinned. But I'd probably tape this one. I wouldn't use a rubber band on this one. but
yeah, any kind of tape works good.
it just gives you a little bit of support, and it actually feels good, especially like I said, when you're going through kind
Sure.
of a flare-up of neck pain. And it also, you know, it's there in every position, no matter what you go at. So.
One of a famous physical therapist recommends that Brian Mulligan, right?
Right. Yep.
And he's been around for longer than both you and I
Yeah,
even.
he's one of our heroes, Brian Mulligan. He's out of New Zealand, the Mulligan technique. So we've used a lot of his. So we want to give him some props too. So, Brad, anything else you want to add?
No, I really think that between all these, you're going to find something that's going to help you
sleep at
your
night.
sleep comfort at night, and when you sleep better, you're happier in the morning. And I don't know, what else can I say?
Hopefully nothing else. All right, thanks for watching.